right now.
Have very close to a completely normal kind of academic experience.
Right now on Up with KREM, WSU makes it clear, get vaccinated before you return to campus in the fall. We'll take a look at what other colleges in the region are doing.
And of course, we're going to take you outside. We've got a little bit of cloud cover, and look at the trees. They're kind of wiggling. I'm going to let you know what that means as we head into what could be the warmest day we've seen in 2021.
Up with KREM begins now.
For all transgender Americans watching at home, especially young people, you're so brave. I want you to know your president has your back.
Biden's first address to Congress, he gave that message to LGBTQ+ youth.
He said he hopes Congress will bring the Equality Act to his desk, which would add protections to sexual orientation and gender identity. Coming up, we'll hear from a Tacoma teen who got to speak with the First Lady about transgender rights before the president's address. Well, we say good morning, happy Thursday, everyone. Thanks so much for making us a part of your morning.
Go, Dana Marie.
Go ahead, Dana Marie.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Jeremy was just going to comment on the beautiful morning weather. I'm Dana Marie McNichol, just excited for you to join us this morning. Jeremy, it is a good day because it's reaching high 70s.
Yeah, this is Dana Marie's day if you guys don't know at home. Temperatures right now on the mild side. Let's take you outside and get a look at what we're seeing around the inland northwest because temperatures are mild. You can see a little bit of that cloud cover early on today, and that's what helped trap some of the heat from yesterday. So our temperatures are hovering right in the 50s early on this morning, and it's that mix of clouds and sun. We're going to go ahead and call this mostly cloudy because you can see a little bit of sun through it, and that's really what's going to take us through the day today. The reason? It's that same ridge, but that atmospheric river doing its job and really pushing moisture into the region. Unfortunately, we don't get in on any of that moisture here in the inland northwest, so what we wind up seeing is a mostly cloudy day. We start out with temperatures in the 50s early on this morning. By noon, we're in the 70s. You want to go for a run at exactly 60 degrees? I think 9 o'clock is your time. You want to go for a run at 77 degrees? Anywhere from 3:30 until about 6 p.m. It's going to be that warm. 77 degrees is our high temperature today, and we're not just kissing it, we're staying there for a few hours.
Yeah, if we can get everybody vaccinated, we're going to be able to have very close to a completely normal kind of academic experience.
All students and staff at Washington State University will be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine to be on campus this fall. People can get a medical, personal, or religious exemption, but they need to provide proof. The vaccine requirement starts on August 6th, which is 2 weeks before fall classes begin. WSU is the state's first public university to make that call.
Here's what other colleges in the inland northwest have to say about vaccine requirements. Gonzaga University is expected to make the decision in the coming weeks in conjunction with partners such as the Spokane Regional Health District. The University of Idaho will not require coronavirus vaccines, but will strongly encourage it. The community colleges of Spokane said in a statement that leaders have no plans to make vaccinations mandatory for our students in the fall. Whitworth University leaders have not yet made a decision, but one is expected soon. And Eastern Washington University also has not made a decision yet. We're still waiting to hear back from North Idaho College. So for a full list of what other universities and colleges are doing, you could text the word vaccine at 509-448-2000. We'll send that information directly to your cell phone.
In his first address to Congress last night, President Biden said America is coming out of the coronavirus pandemic stronger than before.
But South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who delivered the Republican response, said the president is working without reaching across the aisle.
The actions of the president and his party are pulling us further and further apart.
One moment of bipartisanship came when President Biden called for a new health agency to fight diseases like Alzheimer's, cancer, and diabetes.
Trending online this morning, Tacoma is in the spotlight as one of its own got a chance to speak to the First Lady yesterday. Stella Keaton was chosen to have a conversation with Dr. Jill Biden during a virtual session before the president's address. The teen spoke about her advocacy surrounding transgender and non-binary youth. She's encouraging lawmakers to support the Equality Act, which should ban discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity.
I had no idea that I would be making history as the youngest transgender person to ever testify before the U.S. Senate.
President Biden reiterated last night if the Equality Act passes, he will sign it into law.
Happening today, Washingtonians will soon be able to receive an alert on their phone if an earthquake starts near their location. Today at 10 a.m., there will be a public webinar to help people learn how it works. If you're interested in learning more, you can head to shakealert.org. There will also be a link to the meeting as well as informational videos on how the system works. The Shake Alert earthquake early warning system will go live on May 4th.
And in case you missed it, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs was in Spokane to talk about improving care for local veterans. Dennis McConaughey was at Maine Grand Staff VA Medical Center yesterday. McDonough heard from local veterans and VA employees on how decisions made at the national level impact veterans here in Spokane. The Secretary took some time to answer questions, including what the biggest problems plaguing the new VA health record system are.
Productivity, what that means for access, what that means for the great professionals we have here and their morale, and then what has been the experience on training, and do we have to augment that in any way to ensure best possible outcome for our vets, because that's at the end of the day what this is all about.
His review into the new health record system still has about 2 months left, but wants to assure veterans in Spokane that he's doing everything he can to keep everyone safe. And still ahead, comedian Ryan O'Flanahan is coming to Spokane this weekend. He's been on shows like American Vandal and New Girl, so you probably might recognize his face. He's performing at the Spokane Comedy Club after the break. He's joining us on Up with KREM to tell us about his style of comedy and what it's like to make people laugh during a pandemic.
Oh, yeah, at least he's a professional. I do my best to make people laugh during a pandemic. Doesn't always work. All right, but coming up after the break, I can let you know what's going to happen this weekend in terms of weather. You're going to want to stick around.